Chelsea 2024-25 pre-season squad. Goalkeeper: Robert Sanchez, 26 years old, Marcus Bettinelli, 32 years old, Eddie Beach, 20 years old, Lucas Bergstrom, 21 years old. Defender: Reece James, 24 years old, Malo Gusto, 21 years old, Josh Achimpong, 18 years old, Wesley Fofana, 23 years old, Axel Disasi, 26 years old, Tosin Adarabioyo, 26 years old, Benoit Badiashile, 23 years old, Levi Colwill, 21 years old, Ben Chilwell, 27 years old, Renato Vega, 20 years old. Midfielder: Carney Chukwuemeka, 20 years old, Romeo Lavia, 20 years old, Leslie Ugochukwu, 20 years old, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, 25 years old, Andre Santos, 20 years old. Attacker: Nicholas Jackson, 23 years old, Christopher Nkunku, 26 years old, Raheem Sterling, 29 years old, Mikhailo Mudryk, 23 years old, Noni Madueke, 22 years old, Armando Broja, 22 years old, Tirik George, 18 years old, Marc Guillot, 18 years old, Gabriel, 19 years old. Athletic Bilbao are not worried about interest in Chelsea's Nico Williams. Williams is attracting a lot of interest at the moment following the European Championship, but there is no guarantee that he will leave the club for Stamford Bridge or any other stadium this summer. According to the Sunday Mirror, Athletic Bilbao expect the 22-year-old to remain with them. The same media claim that although Williams is admired by the likes of Chelsea and Barcelona and has a release clause of £49 million in his contract, Athletic Bilbao are still confident that they can keep him. Their report also states that Williams' wage demands could become an issue, allowing him to remain in his current position. Williams would be a great signing for Enzo Maresca's squad, considering the Spanish star is a dangerous winger. Over the past year, Williams has completed 3.42 successful take-ons per 90 minutes. This places him in the 94th percentile among attacking midfielders and wingers for the area. However, at the moment, you would hope he stays where he is or joins Barcelona, as the Catalan club appear to be most eager to get his signature. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea will loan Andre Santos back to Strasbourg after their pre-season tour of the United States ends. The Brazilian midfielder will not transfer to the Racing Club after spending the second half of last season on loan in Liga 1. Chelsea has no shortage of potential suitors for Santos. Romano understands that Borussia Dortmund and several other clubs have inquired about the possibility of acquiring his services this season. However, after speaking with newly appointed Strasbourg head coach Liam Roseneur, the 20-year-old is confident in his playing style and the opportunity to develop under the former Hull City boss. The Blues want to let Santos leave temporarily on loan as they see him as a key part of their plans for the future. The former Nottingham Forest loanee impressed for the Alsatian club while on loan last season under Patrick Vieira, appearing 11 times and scoring 1 goal. Aston Villa will not accept any offers to sell Chelsea target Ollie Watkins. According to the Football Insider report, Ollie Watkins is a target for Chelsea. The Blues hope to seal a swap deal to sign the England international in the summer transfer window. However, Aston Villa will not accept any offers to let him go, even though they value him at around £70 to £80 million. Chelsea's interest in Ollie Watkins is understandable. The Blues have scoured the market for a striker ahead of the summer transfer window after Nicholas Jackson struggled to make his mark at the West London club in the 2023-24 season. So, several candidates have emerged on Chelsea's radar, with Watkins a viable target. Recent reports claim that Chelsea are using Cole Palmer to urge Watkins to move from Aston Villa in the summer transfer window. However, a deal will not materialize, as the West Midlands club are not yet ready to cash in. Meanwhile, The villains have slapped a price tag of £70 to £80 million on their star striker. So, Chelsea will have to look elsewhere to sign the striker in the summer transfer window, although it is not yet clear whether they would be willing to spend £70 to £80 million to sign him. However, financial implications may play a role, with Aston Villa likely to keep the 28-year-old England international. Karim Adeyemi has admitted there is no guarantee he will stay at Borussia Dortmund this summer. Chelsea are claimed to be interested in Adeyemi, with reports in Germany claiming that the club are already in contact with the forward, as they want to persuade him to move to England. Recent reports detail that a bid is being made with Dortmund, open to cashing in on Adeyemi. Borussia Dortmund's new head coach Nuri Sahin claims he is not worried about the speculation surrounding Karim Adeyemi this summer. He told Ruhr Nachrichten that he was not worried about any rumors. Karim knows what I think about him. I will not comment on any rumors. I didn't join in. What is important to me is what I want from Karim, and what Karim told me was important to me. Everything else is none of my business. Frank Leboeuf urges Chelsea to re-sign N'Golo Kante. Frank Leboeuf wants to see N'Golo Kante wear a Chelsea shirt again. Kante is being targeted by Chelsea's rivals in London, West Ham United. In fact, West Ham has already rejected an offer for Kante. However, according to Sky Sports, a bid of £20 million may be enough to convince Al Ittihad to sell the midfielder this summer. With West Ham eyeing Kante, Leboeuf now wants to see Chelsea make a move for him. Speaking about the 33-year-old on ESPN, the Chelsea legend said, "When I saw the article, I said, what? Why didn't Chelsea call him back? That guy is from Chelsea. We don't want to see him at West Ham, with all due respect. And I think if West Ham can get him, you know, that's a really good catch because the guy has proven during the Euros that he's still at the top." Sky Germany claims that Chelsea striker Lukaku wants to join Napoli alongside Antonio Conte, and now a deal has been reached between the player and the Serie A side. It is thought Chelsea want €40 million for the striker, but they are yet to reach an agreement with Napoli. Lukaku spent last season on loan with Roma, even cutting his salary to make the move. He would rather stay in Italy than compete for a place under Chelsea's new head coach, Enzo Maresca. Indeed, he is willing to cut his salary in half to complete a move to the club, according to Romano, who says that Napoli will not sign the 31-year-old unless, or rather until, their star Victor Osimhen is sold. Lukaku has many fans from Saudi Arabia, but he prefers to stay in Europe and especially in Italy. Lukaku's dream move would be to reunite with Antonio Conte at Napoli after the pair previously enjoyed a very successful spell together at Inter. Lukaku's move is currently still pending, even though the Belgian is willing to make big sacrifices to reunite with Conte. Romano revealed that the Belgian's deal with the Italian side will see his salary cut by almost half, dropping from €11 million per season to €6 million. A contract until 2027 awaits Lukaku, but the striker is still unclear. It all ultimately depends on Osimhen and PSG. Milan are still monitoring Armando in the hope of a loan deal. After announcing the recruitment of Alvaro Morata, AC Milan is now trying to bring in a replacement striker, and Armando Broja is one of the names on their list. According to a report, they hope to get a loan deal. Broja has been linked with Milan for years, and when those links resurfaced at the start of the summer, it became clear that Chelsea were not open to a loan move. However, it is estimated that the Rossoneri will not just give up, because they are still monitoring the situation. According to Caught Offside, Milan are looking for a replacement striker, and although they slightly prefer Tammy Abraham from Roma, Broja is still on the target list. A reasonable guess is that Chelsea could give up towards the end of the transfer window by accepting a loan offer. The 22-year-old has struggled in the last 2 seasons and really needs a revival, with Milan proving in the past that they can revive the Chelsea outcast. Fikayo Tomori ended up joining for around €30 million after his loan spell, for example, so that formula could actually be profitable for the Blues too. Chelsea reportedly believe they can tempt Bob as they did Palmer, With the promise of more game time at Stamford Bridge and recruitment chief Joe Shields, who previously worked as a scout at City, highly values the Norway international. Chelsea pundit Simon Phillips said, SPTC sources have confirmed that Chelsea are now considering Bob as a potential option, given he was in the same position as Palmer last summer. Chelsea believe they may have a chance of getting Bob if he doesn't play as much as he would like in pre-season and feel he won't get a chance at City. Bob is a perfect Joe Shields target, if you like, with the Blues director giving him high marks. Romano reveals Chelsea's 3 transfer priorities. Enzo Maresca appears to have agreed a deal for attacking midfielder Pereira, who is willing to pay between £30 and £35 million. And agent Kia Jurabchian has confirmed Chelsea's interest in the Brazilian. But Romano said he had not heard of any concrete interest in Pereira from Chelsea, who have 3 other priorities this summer. Romano said, "I don't mean to deny any colleague, but I have no information about talks between Chelsea and Andreas Pereira, or Chelsea and Fulham so far. Apart from what has been reported in Brazil, Chelsea's focus is on a right winger, a striker, and goalkeeper. Regarding Pereira's future in general, it will depend on what opportunities and types of proposals he will receive." And reports in Brazil last week claimed they may want to spend £35 million of that pure profit on Fulham playmaker Pereira. The report states that Chelsea are trying to find out the conditions for relying on the Brazil international midfielder and are waiting for the transfer window to open to move forward with negotiations, which depend on a move involving Gallagher. Liam Rosenior is in talks to become head coach at Strasbourg. The French side, who are part of the Blue Co ownership group, are without a coach after Patrick Vieira stepped down from his post after just 1 season in charge. And now they are turning their attention to the jobless Rosenior following his departure from Hull City in May. Despite finishing 7th in the championship with the Yorkshire side, the 39-year-old was sacked by the Tigers 3 days after the end of the season.